Okay, so they've got this most voted thing, but they've also got the categories thing on the top right there.
Yeah. Let's check this out.
So they've okay, we can do a tier list for Argentina. Uh,
There's animals.
okay, yeah, we could do an animals tier list. History, okay, I'm down for history
Sure.
and for embarrassing myself at how little of it I know.
Oh, absolutely.
We should probably leave the waifus for another time, maybe off camera.
Yeah.
Okay, we got ourselves a good crop here.
Yeah. Do we want to
Okay.
start by like paring the list down?
Well, these are categories. There's probably going to be stuff
Oh,
within them.
good point. Good point.
Oh, animals I could beat in a fight. Hell yes.
All right.
Okay. I would paint the walls in their blood. They'd get a few hits in, but ultimately I'd win. It'd be a close one, but if win, 50-50 chance I win or lose. Be close, but I lose. Get a few hits in, but you lose. I'd get torn to fucking shreds. I'd be too scared to even fight. All right, let's get rolling here.
Yep.
Now, are we assuming that this animal is like fighting you, fighting me, or fighting both of us?
Uh, why don't we say both of us?
Okay. And I think that like for fairness and like standardizing sake, we encounter these animals in their habitat. Like you're
Sure.
not going to take a shark, out of water in the fucking octagon.
Yeah. Not just like just picture a shark just like flapping and
Right.
struggling to breathe. Okay.
All right.
Going
So
left to right, top to bottom.
yeah, is that a lobster?
That's a lobster.
Okay.
You know, I feel like this is missing a category.
Yeah.
I would literally eat it alive. Um, I forget. Lobsters are the ones that are like immortal, right?
Biologically immortal, yeah.
Well, I don't know about you.
You don't know what the you have so little confidence in me. You don't know if I would win in a fight against a fucking lobster? What the fuck? Fuck you too. What? How are we starting off with that? That's the energy you're bringing into this? Jesus. Dick. I came in here ready to like hype you up, pump you up to fight these wild animals. That you know what? I say you fucking lose to the zebra.
You gotta give me a sec to qualify that. All I was gonna say is that I don't know if you wanted to be cruel enough to say you were literally gonna paint the walls with its blood.
Gotcha. No. I think that the lobster, I would try and make. He'd probably get a few hits in, honestly. If he doesn't have the rubber bands on his claws, I imagine he'll get a clamp in there
A
once or
few, a
twice.
few little pinches.
Yeah.
All right, zebra.
Zebra. Um, Now this is something that like I've seen mentioned a few times in the annals of the internet
Mm-hmm.
about like how difficult it is to actually like definitively win a fist fight against a horse.
Really?
Well, because like they're big, they're tough. Like in a human being, like you can like punch them in the head and knock them out, right? But like a horse's head, like the neck muscles, stabilizers are much larger than a human's. It's a lot harder to like beat a horse into submission.
That actually, um, that's another point that we should bring up. Are we unarmed for this?
I assume so.
Okay, that's what I figured. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's just a fist fight.
Yeah. Um
I think we get a few hits in, but ultimately lose.
yeah, against a zebra.
I mean, like against a equine kick.
Yeah, that's a scary one. They definitely have the one hit KO, you know, win condition.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
they that bite is no joke.
yeah, I think you're right. I think the odds are against us.
Okay, chinchilla.
I mean,
I would feel really bad, but
can't we have one like I would mercifully kill them with as little bloodshed as possible?
yeah,
Like that's the equivalent. I would paint the walls in their blood.
yeah. I guess we'll know.
Right, right. I
Like
would lightly daub the wall with a bit of blood.
just
The
as
chinchilla doesn't have a lot.
yes, just as a formality.
Yeah. Because here we have a buck.
Ooh, those
He's
antlers.
he's got a whole arsenal on his head.
Yeah. Um, I forget. Are deer one of those animals like rabbits that can like stress themselves to death?
Oh, maybe we could freak him out. I don't think so, but that'd be cool. That would be a nice little loophole. I think we'd lose this one
Yeah. Which
personally.
which one? Close or few hits?
I think few hits. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I've only seen deer like in person a few times. The closest I've gotten to a buck was actually fairly recently, like within the last year, and that was probably like I don't know, 30 feet away or so. Uh,
What was the context?
just hiking,
Okay.
and I definitely did not want to get closer. Um, and I was real glad that he chose to run away from me.
Yeah, fair
All right,
enough.
what do we have next? Is that an iguana?
Some sort of lizard.
Okay, well, unless it's like a monitor or like a Komodo.
No, that's later on.
Oh God. Okay, that to look forward to. Okay, well, I think that this guy doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I agree. Just grab that tail and
Yeah.
uh what so
Yeah, there's several kinds of squid.
and I'm not sure it really depends on the size of the squid.
Right.
Like is this a like sushi size squid or like a giant
Right. But
squid?
remember, we are encountering them in their natural habitats. Even if it's like a mid-sized squidan,
True.
uh,
Is this also assuming that we have the relevant, necessary gear
like a
to
scuba gear?
yeah.
No, I think that we like fell out of a boat.
Oh god. Okay. Um well, I'm going to say that in that case, let's assume it's a giant squid because that's more interesting.
In that case, I'd be too scared to even fight.
Yeah.
I
I'm
already have a fear of the ocean,
r-
seeing the things within the ocean.
right there with you.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
grizzly?
Yeah. Just one grizzly. I could take him. I'm lying. I get torn to fucking shreds, but beyond that, I'd be. Oh, I don't know. I'm wondering if, when it comes down to it, I do if my reflex would be to fight or
Fly.
flight.
Yeah,
Right. Would I be too scared to fight, or would I be so scared I would just fight everything and still lose?
I think regardless of whether or not I chose to flee, like I'd get torn to fucking shreds anyway.
Yeah.
And oh god, hippos, terrifying.
Yeah, and we're in their natural habitat. We are double screwed.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah.
Okay. Turtle, tortoise, turtle, turtle.
Turtle.
Um,
I see turtles
sea turtles. Human hair from a
from.
back. Um, gosh, how would I go about fighting a turtle? I mean, I guess I would go for a chokehold. Like
just
he's just got the beak, right?
yeah, and
I
like
think I could take him.
they can get fairly large, but they're also fairly
Oh, but he can withdraw. How do I get
mm,
him? Well, no, because he can't get his flippers in. I don't think.
yeah. I think yeah.
All right,
Illegally.
tiger, tore to shreds.
Yeah. Again, I think it's similar to the bear. Like
Yeah,
we could try and flee, but
right.
wouldn't make a lick of difference.
Okay, wolf. Um,
Just the one,
just the one. I think I could get a few hits in,
but
but
ultimate,
I'd lose.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, macaw. Oh, I feel so bad.
yeah.
He's got a big beak.
Do we want to put that
Uh,
under the like corollary?
I think he'd get a few hits in because he can fly. I think that if he did like one diving swoop, he might like scratch me up with his talons.
Oh, that's true. He does have claws. He could go for the eyes.
Yeah, but even that's not a kill shot.
Hmm. True. Okay.
Okay.
Komodo dragon.
Okay,
Ugh.
I'm gonna look up the specs on a Komodo dragon here.
They're the ones that have the like bacteria filled mouths that can like kill you after the fact, right?
Probably. Let's see here.
Cause your like limbs to rot
Okay.
off.
Males grow to a maximum length of 10 feet, weigh up to
Jesus.
330 pounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Uh, uh, okay. Description. Okay, yeah. Uh, bah. Tail as long as his body. 60 frequently replaced serrated teeth that measure up to an inch in length. Its saliva is frequently blood tinged because its teeth are almost completely covered by gingival tissue that's naturally lacerated during feeding. He's got armored scales, contain tiny bones called osteoderms, function as sort of natural chainmail. Okay, the only areas lacking osteoderms, take note, uh, are around the eyes, nostril, mouth margins, and parietal eye. A light sensing organ on the top of the head.
Huh.
Okay. Uh, morphology, sense behavior. Okay, they're apex predators. They're carnivores. They frequently ambush live prey. The extant majority of their population is made up of introduced ungulates, such as deer, pigs, and buffalo.
Oh my god.
They don't deliberately allow prey to escape with fatal injuries, but try to kill prey outright with a combination of lacerating damage and blood loss. They've been recorded as killing wild pigs in seconds. Okay. Most prey attacked by a Komodo dragon reputedly suffer from sepsis and will later be eaten by. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Hmm. Uh,
I think maybe we get a few hits in.
yeah.
It's close though. It's a close run.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Wait, they have a neurotoxin?
Wait, what?
Hang on. They do have a slashing bite, which normally includes a dose of neurotoxin venom and anticoagulant saliva.
Oh shit.
Wait, disputed claims. Okay. Uh, but possess a venomous bite. Okay. According to these. Okay, so there are some of them that are venomous and some that aren't. As of 2023, no clear, unambiguous evidence of Komodo dragon bites being venomous has been presented. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I still think we're on the losing end here.
Yeah, I agree. Above or below wolf?
I think below wolf.
Okay. El león.
In a fight, we lose. Straight up.
Yeah.
Torn to shreds.
Yeah. Above or below tiger?
Below, I'd say.
Yeah. Because this is a male lion, and they
Yeah.
prefer to let the females do the work.
Okay, bald eagle. Now, these guys are pretty nasty.
From what I've
Um,
heard, they're basically just like governmentally protected pigeons.
I mean, don't aren't they? Let me see here. Let's
Like they're
see.
kind of
Once again,
assholes,
check the
right?
stats. I've got no idea. I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, it'd be in keeping with character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haha. These are the jokes. Okay, bald eagle. Okay. Um, it builds the largest nest of any North American bird. The largest tree nests recorded for any animal species. Okay, but what?
What?
Bald eagle nests are up to 4 meters deep, 2.5 meters wide, and a metric ton in weight.
Oh my god.
The females are larger. Females are about 25% larger.
Huh.
Okay. But how large are they? Okay. Bald eagle has a body length between 28 and 40 inches. Typical wingspan between 5'11" and 7'7".
It's a big bird.
Uh, yeah. And mass is normally between 6.5 and 14 pounds.
Is that all?
So, well, for a bird, that's pretty big. Okay, yeah. Let me send you a picture here in Discord. Um,
Okay.
and you can see what we're up against.
Ooh, boy. Um, I still think we'd win,
Yeah.
but it is definitely seeing stuff like that that, reminds one that birds and dinosaurs are closely related.
Birds are actually dinosaurs.
Are they really?
They are.
Just like straight up?
Just like straight up.
I don't know, maybe 50-50.
I'd say that.
This could be our first 50-50. Okay.
Yeah. You're just gonna protect your neck.
Yeah, and the eyes.
Yeah, yeah. If we miss if this one, the macaw, if he goes for the eyes, I can still take him. If the bald eagle gets my eyes,
Yeah, like we might lose a bit of scalp each.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Rhino.
Rhino.
I don't know how to start with this thing.
Yeah. Uh, Run away and get a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I think they're up there with hippos.
Yeah.
Not quite as scared of them as I am of hippos, but okay, what
Yeah, what
is
the hell is this?
so like
Is it that
like a
there's a
titmouse?
there's you mean a tit? A titmouse isn't a bird, is it?
I think it is.
Let's see. Hang on. I'm deep in the titmouse. The yeah, Beolophus, the genus of bird, commonly known as titmice. You're right. There's a poisonous bird, and I forget which one it is. Poisonous bird.
Poisonous or venomous?
I said what I said. Poisonous.
Okay, all right. What part of
Uh,
it?
um, the okay, the pitohui, or the pitohui, the ifrita, and the rufous or little shrike thrush all sequester batrachotoxin in their skin and feathers.
Huh.
And the African spur-winged goose is toxic to eat as it sequesters poison in its tissues from the blister beetles it feeds on. European quail are also known to be toxic.
I assume for a similar reason.
Yes.
Well, what I don't know what kind of bird this
I
is.
don't know what kind of bird this is, but it looks small.
Yes.
I think we could take them.
Yes. The question is really just catching it.
Yeah.
Like that episode of Free Run.
Maybe that's how this bird beats us. In the long, if we encounter him in the natural habitat, like we don't know how to fucking hunt. We'll just starve out before we can catch this thing.
Yeah. Oh, pandas.
Oh no.
I think I
Well, they
might
know kung fu.
pandas not voiced by Jack Black.
Ah, okay, okay.
I don't know. I would feel so bad. Like almost as bad as the chinchilla.
I mean, surely this guy's not just gonna roll over and like let you kill him.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen a panda fight.
They're not mentally equipped for it.
You think so? You think you could out strategize him?
Pandas are they're not the smartest. Um
I
they're
mean,
they're really just
neither is a fucking hippo, I should think, but
no, but they're really just like big they're actually just big cuddly bears.
you think so?
I'm like 99% sure.
All right. Well, if we have a zoologist in the fucking audience who can prove or disprove this claim,
Yeah.
I'd love to see them in the comments.
Yes. We'd love to see
But
you in the
okay,
comments anyway,
yeah.
regardless of who you are.
Any amateur zoologists, we're not going to fact check you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think paint the walls, or they get a few hits?
I think maybe get a few hits once it realizes what's going on. Okay, what is this? This is some sort of weasel.
Marmot, a ferret, a weasel.
I think it's a ferret. I think I get a few bites and or scratches in.
Yeah, I've seen the Big Lebowski.
Gorilla.
Okay.
Uh
Uh, Torn. them to shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Below grizzly, but well, what do you think versus tiger?
God, just imagining fighting these things is terrifying. Um, I think above, or I think
But
below tiger.
pretty close though.
Yeah.
Old man of the forest.
Orangutan.
Yes, that is what that means.
Uh, I think this guy also destroys us, right? I think maybe we get a few hits in with this guy.
But he's at the top of that list.
He's up there. I mean, these are the ones that like fucking tear your face off.
Do they really? Okay. I I
Uh,
I'm not
Good.
as familiar with
Yeah,
orangutan martial
the
ability.
the great apes are way stronger than we are.
Fair enough. Like
What is this next creature? Is this a llama?
I think it's a llama. I
Okay,
think
well,
they would
I think a llama I can once again similar to the
the deer.
well, not similar to the deer. I was gonna say similar to the fucking turtle. I think I could choke out a llama. I think that's my go-to move. I think that like a zebra or a horse, I can't like get into a hold.
Fair enough. You just have to, avoid getting uh avoid a loss of vision from getting
Yeah,
spat at.
if he gets me like that fucking dinosaur from Jurassic Park with the
Yeah.
frills,
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that took out what was his name, Norman Mapes or something.
Norman Mapes.
I think that's his name. All right, we'll put him above turtle. Uh
Okay, shark, great white shark. Too scared to fight.
yeah, no fucking
I would put
no.
him above the squid.
Yeah, you're right. No honestly, I'm going to put him above the rhino as well.
Yeah.
Like
Um.
because it's not just the shark, it's the shark's habitat
Right.
that I find terrifying.
Um.
Elephant.
Elephant. This is so comical, dude. My wife and I, she was like, we were going to the Field Museum in Chicago, where they have the largest complete T-Rex skeleton in the world.
Wow.
And she was asking me, "What do you think your odds are against a T-Rex?" Before I saw the skeleton, and I was like, "I don't know. I mean, like, you know, one in a million, I guess. You know." And then I saw this thing, and I was like, "Nope, that's too generous."
There are no
Like unless
odds.
it suffers a massive coronary or an aneurysm at the start of the fight, there's no chance. There's no weapon in my arsenal, in my natural arsenal, that is at all equipped to inflict any harm on this creature. And that's kind of how I feel about like me trying to hurt an elephant, a full-grown elephant.
Yeah.
Like maybe if like as he's goring me, he lifts me up near his eyes and I could like poke an eye, and that's about the best I've got. If I'm still conscious on the way up.
Yeah, fair enough. Like there's not going to be any like strangling it with its own trunk or anything like that.
No. Maybe if I can like dive into his mouth and choke him from the inside.
Just cause it severe indigestion as its stomach acids
Yeah.
dissolve you.
Exactly.
What do you think? Shreds or scared?
Uh uh I think scared.
Yeah. Above or below hippo?
I'd say below hippo.
Above or, above or below shark?
I'd say above shark.
Okay.
If
Uh,
only because like the shark has to kind of come at me eyes first.
yeah, fair enough. Like there is at least a sort of like manual for defense against sharks.
Right.
Try and jam your thumbs into their eyes. Whereas,
Yeah.
as far as I know, there is no manual for.
For hand to hand with an elephant.
Yeah, like there is no. Uh,
Wait, you know what? Bravo. We've been neglecting this whole time.
hmm?
If we're unarmed in their habitat, but as humans we can make tools. Are we allowed to make weapon like once the fight starts, can I like pick up a stick and like snap it over my leg to make a spear?
Tell you what, if it's
That's
some.
not going to help me with an elephant, but I mean, like maybe against some other things it would influence the odds.
So why don't we say this? Um, if you can fabricate something, based on an item you could find in this creature's natural habitat in between the time that the fight starts and it reaches you.
Right? Yeah. The tiger. I'm not going to have much time to construct a punchy spike trap.
Exactly. Um, so, like, yeah, you could, potentially make some sort of crude stabbing implement.
But
Uh,
like if I come across like the zebra and the Serengeti or whatever, I don't know where fucking zebras live.
Serengeti, yeah.
I could probably find a rock or something to help out.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Like, you wouldn't have time to, like, braid some tough Serengeti grass together to make a like rope. But yeah,
Right.
you could pick up a rock, sure.
Okay.
Um,
Then maybe I think in that case, I'd move the zebra up to a 50-50. Honestly.
okay,
I think if I can utilize my ape ability, my tool crafting.
sure. Do we want to do the same for the deer?
No, because it could I get something in time? That thing
Uh,
once that thing charges.
yeah, fair enough. Those horns are no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Happy with everything else?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, some sort of tree viper.
Yeah.
I think few hits, but honestly, I think it would be like mutually assured destruction.
Yeah. 50-50.
Yeah,
All right.
like it would, get a bite in, and as Bill from, as the eponymous Bill from Kill Bill puts it, that would, get a bite in, and that would be the story of you.
Hmm.
But at the same
I thought
time,
you were gonna say that the eponymous Bill from Bill and Ted.
no.
I was like, what? When did they fucking get bit by a viper?
um, but at the same time, it's not that big of a snake, so
Yeah.
Star.
Speaking of not that big, starfish.
Yeah.
Paint the walls.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think even more than that than the chinchilla.
yeah.
Okay, we got ourselves a croc or an alligator.
Some sort of crocodilian.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which type. I think it's a crocodile. I think it's an actual crocodile.
Yeah. Um, and we're in their habitat. Uh, too scared.
Honestly, I think I'd get a few hits in.
Ooh, okay.
Like,
Go off, King.
so the thing about crocodilians is their bite is, obviously very dangerous, but their jaw opening muscles are very weak.
Sure, but also they've got the death roll.
True, but if we can get them like, you know, if we can get out of the water fast enough,
They are amphibious, so their natural habitat does include some land.
right, but we get up on the bank and then
Well, that's my point, though, is that like you don't have to stay in the water. You're right.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you get on the bank
And
and
then
then find what's this? A natural a limb, a tree limb that looks just like a spear. This tree has some naturally occurring AK-47s hanging by it.
yes, the you know, um the Central African assault rifle tree
Yes.
that
Uh,
it the fruit of which takes the form of a Glock 17, and then as it matures it grows.
oh, okay, okay. I've seen the vision.
Yeah, as it matures it grows into a fully automatic uh weapon.
All right.
Okay, regular plain old horse.
Plain old plains horse.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's pretty much like a
Same
zebra.
as a zebra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay, cheetah.
Okay.
That is a cheetah, right? Not a leopard.
I think that's a cheetah. Yes.
I wish these were labeled.
Um, so I know one thing about cheetahs.
That they're fast.
I know two things about cheetahs.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, you were saying one thing about cheetahs.
Two things. One,
Sorry.
they're fast.
Yeah, okay. And what's the other
Two,
thing?
uh, they are prone to like hip dysplasia. They dislocate their legs easily.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think like obviously running, losing proposition, but
Yeah,
like facing him down, maybe when he like rushes at me,
you do
I
the
can like I go in. I shoot for the double leg takedown.
even though it's got four legs.
I shoot for two of the leg takedown and then take out the other two legs afterwards.
And just pray it doesn't do the thing that cats do where they like rake you with their back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I, I think I think this is a 50-50. They're not super huge. I mean, they're technically big cats, but I don't think I think I've got a chance of in hell here. I think I'm
Okay,
good.
I'm putting it at the top though.
Okay.
Uh, Marvin, Marlin, Marlin.
Marlin.
Only it's going below the starfish only because I would literally eat it as opposed to I have no interest in eating starfish.
All right,
Uh,
now we have a cat, a house cat, or a
that
kitten. I can't tell.
oh god, he looks like my cat.
Oh
No.
no.
Oh god.
Well, if it comes down to it, if it's life or death, I'll kill the shit out of that cat.
Uh, I'd let him.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this? Some sort of is this like a vampire squid? Or no, is it an octopus?
I think it's an octopus
Okay.
because it doesn't have the hunting tentacles.
The what?
The hunting tentacles.
Uh
Squid, they have like their regular tentacles and they've got those two extra long ones.
I did not know that that's what those were called. That's somewhat terrifying. Okay.
Yep.
Um how do you feel about octopus? Like
I
like
feel I feel worse about it because they're so intelligent. I mean, I was also fighting an elephant earlier.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
but
it
I feel like, well, I've seen these things. I've seen them like clinging to scuba divers and see them try to like remove them. Although they weren't like they were trying to do it non-violently, you know.
sure, like it kind of depends on the species as well.
Sure, yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's like
If
the
this is like a box jellyfish, we're fucked.
like or
Or not, the blue ring is what I'm
yeah, I
thinking.
was
Blue
gonna
ringed
say if it's like a blue
octopus.
ringed octopus. How do they envenom though?
It's just they have poisonous skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you're just like not supposed to touch it. Let's make sure.
Yeah.
Blue ring octopus. Okay.
It's like the blue ring of death, much like the yeah.
Yeah. Uh, the blue ringed octopus, despite its small size, carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes. Oh, you're right, it is venom. My bad. Their bites are tiny and often painless. Many victims not realizing they've been envenomated until respiratory depression and paralysis begins. No blue ringed octopus antivenom is available.
Oh shit. Okay,
Okay,
maybe
so it sounds pretty terrible until it's got tetrodotoxin, histamine, tryptamine, octopamine, taurine, nice energy boost, acetylcholine, and dopamine.
okay, so you go out on a high.
I guess so.
So it'd be a close one.
If it was a blue ringed octopus, I don't think this is a blue ringed octopus,
No,
but
because it's the wrong color. And I don't
right.
see any rings, blue or otherwise. Plain old, I don't know, freshwater crab.
I think I do even better against this than in the lobster.
Yeah, this is another one that I'm gonna just straight up eat it.
Yeah.
I love me some crab meat.
All
A
right.
yellow lab puppy.
Oh, I kill the shit out of that thing. He doesn't have a chance. Well, no, he get a few hits in, kind of like you with your cat. I don't think like he gets some nips in as I mentally steel myself for doing what needs to be done.
Okay, peacock. I can't remember. Are peacocks one of those birds that are like surprisingly dangerous?
I don't know. Peacock, peafowl. Okay, let's see here. Male green peafowls. Okay, courtship evolution. Can you tell me how big these things are? What's
They
the mass?
they're about the size of a goose, right?
I mean the ones that I've seen, yeah. They're omnivores. They're not picky. Eat almost anything they can fit in their beak and digest. Uh, I don't know. Um, I don't see anything super scary on them.
Okay.
I think I think we could take them.
Give me a category.
Let's see here. What do we got? I think they get a few hits in.
Okay. But at the bottom,
I mean, above the cat.
yeah, fair enough. But
I think above lobster.
below
Yeah,
ferret.
below ferret.
Okay. Plain old sheep.
Plain old sheep. Uh, few hits.
Really? From what?
Yeah,
From what?
they bite.
Do they?
Yeah, you never gotten bitten by a sheep?
You know, I actually haven't.
Brother, you haven't lived.
uh, where do you want to place it?
I'd put it again below ferret, above peahen, peafowl.
Okay. Swan. Speaking of surprisingly dangerous birds.
Yeah. Now these are the ones that'll smack you with their wings, right?
Right. So again, few hits.
Yeah. I still don't think that this thing could kill me, but
Like maybe if you just like rolled over and you know let it have its birdly way with you.
hold on. Is this a smash or pass tier list or?
Or just a smash tier list. Above or below ferret?
I think I think at
Above,
the
right?
top of this list. I think at top of the list, honestly.
Because they're like actively aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay.
Okay.
An
Uh,
owl.
that's some kind of owl. I don't know what kind of owl that
It's,
is. I'm not
it's
an owlologist.
like a barn owl or a snowy owl. I don't
Those
know.
are the two names that came to mind, and those are two of the only kind that I know.
Let's
Um,
see. There's barn, snowy, scops, pygmy.
oh
I don't know.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
I think it goes next to the eagle.
well, so here's the thing though, because I think the eagle, you'll see him coming. You'll hear him coming. He'll give a
Oh,
little kia. The barn owl.
is an
It's the fucking
ambush
ninja of the trees.
ninja of the skies.
Yeah. Like you have one chance to get this guy, and that's as he's leaving after already attacking you.
That is an excellent point. Okay, so maybe above the eagle? I'm just saying in terms of like
I think
tonnage.
right.
Like,
Yeah. I think this is either at the bottom of they get a few hits in, uh or it would be a close one. Because like again, the main thing is they can't like nick the arteries.
right. Um, okay, why don't we put
Okay.
close one? Because
Okay.
again, we would it's a bird, so getting a hold of it is the main
Right. Right.
issue. Is the thing. Um, a
No, is this a
motherfucking whale.
this is a blue whale?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Largest animal on Earth.
Yeah, similar to the elephant, I don't think I'm equipped with literally any tool with which to deal damage to this thing.
Yeah, like all it would take is one smack of a flipper or a fluke, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, too scared to even fight.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I'm still, granted that said, they are gentle giants. I am,
Yeah, until, we have the objective that we need to kill it or else die.
yeah, I'm still more scared of hippos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do have that deep open water
Mhm.
uh thalassophobia element to their
Right. And also, if we encounter these guys in their native element, in their natural habitat, like, we're already screwed.
yeah. Yep, that is a good point. Seal or sea lion? Some
I think that's I'm not going to embarrass myself any further. Uh,
It's some form of animal that starts with SEAL.
yeah, that's true. I think that's a seal.
Uh
Final answer, seal.
okay.
Um,
You'd like to seal your answer?
you have to see my answer. Uh, I, if we encountered this guy in his natural habitat, I think it's a close one, but
They're pretty
no, I
deft.
think it's 50-50.
They're pretty deft swimmers.
They're pretty graceful.
Above or below tree viper.
I think above.
Okay. above or below bald eagle? Like they are carnivores.
Right. I think
You know,
I think above.
they snack on penguins.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Uh,
a duck. Now, I see these guys now and then, ducks, and I gotta tell you, anytime I see them, my first thought is, I could take that guy in a fight, no problem.
All right. Uh, I assume paint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Where?
yeah.
Where?
I think he goes. Yeah, right there, precisely there.
Really? You think you'd have an easier time with a llama than you would with a duck?
Maybe I've got this interpretation all mixed up. Hang on. What does the top of this list represent, or the left of the list represent?
The further to the left,
The easier?
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Then
But
yeah.
only for this category though.
Okay. Then yeah, yeah. He's easier than the llama, right? That's what I'm saying. He's easier than the llama.
Okay. Uh, cow. Just plain old, plain old moo cow.
Plain old cow. Once, yeah, not a bull,
No.
but still many hundreds of pounds
Yeah.
of muscle and meat.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a big animal.
it's a big animal. I still don't know how to kill one of these things in its natural habitat.
Lead it off a cliff.
Okay.
Get it to drown itself. That's all I got. Unless we're talking like encountering it at, you know, like on a farm,
No.
in which case,
This is a wild cow.
yeah, fair enough. Um,
I don't know. I say throw this one in the few hits somewhere. Let's wrap this one up. I want to get to the next category.
okay. We're not doing like all of these, right?
No, surely not. We don't have the time.
Okay.
Maybe we can do one more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. One of the shorter ones,
Sure.
because my voice is starting to go. Um, all right, dolphin.
Okay. Now these things will fuck you up, I know for a fact.
Yeah,
But they usually hunt in packs. So we found one dolphin,
one lone
and we've got
dolphin.
a one lone dolphin.
That is a great band name, and B still a fairly, you know,
Formidable opponent.
yeah, muscular and much better equipped for the
Environment.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah, no, seeing those things launch themselves in the air really puts into perspective just how fucking strong they are.
So
Um,
long and thanks for all the fish.
right. I think I get a few hits in and then I lose.
Yeah. Where do you want?
Uh, above the deer.
Okay. Um Also, I'm gonna adjust our Komodo dragon here.
Okay.
Um I am more scared of him than I am of
The wolf.
the wolf. Yeah.
All right.
Mountain
Then we have
goat.
a goat. That's a mountain goat?
Well, it appears to be standing on a rock.
I mean, all sorts of goats will stand on a fucking rock.
Yeah,
You get
fair.
a show me a rock and a goat, and I'll show you a goat standing on a rock.
Of all the animals in the world, this is definitely one of them.
um, but okay, so if we encounter a mountain goat in its natural habitat, I'm already fucking pissing myself from fear of heights.
That's a good point. Yeah. And all it would have to do is give you just a quick little boop, and
Right,
down you
yeah.
go. Um,
I think the best I could hope for is a 50-50. I take him down with me.
just grab him as you're falling.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm gonna put him at the bottom of this tier.
Okay.
All right, so there we have it. This is how Yosarian and I feel we would shape up in a knockdown, drag out tournament with the animal kingdom.
Yeah. We could easily take down a starfish, and a hippopotamus would just
Scare the bejesus out of us.
exactly.
Yep. All
All
right.
right, we now from now on, anytime I'm wondering how tough a fight is, I'm gonna say on a scale of starfish to hippo.
Yeah. There you go.
So there you have it. As always, thank you so much for lending us your time and attention.
Yes. If you enjoyed the video, a like is greatly appreciated, a comment even more so, and a subscription most of all.
And if you do subscribe, be sure to press the bell icon to ensure that you get notifications each time a new video is uploaded.
And of course, more information, as always, is right down there in the description. If you if you want it, if you should you desire it.
Yeah, if you're feeling like it. What the hell's my next line? I didn't fucking know after
Take care.
that. Take care until next time. This is Yosarian.
This is November Bravo.
And we are down bad at role playing games.
Over.
And out.